Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my great pleasure to be here and to share with you some insights on commercial mediation in China. In recent years, with the promotion of the China Council for the Promotion of International Trade Mediation Center, China's commercial mediation has made some substantial achievements. Here in this speech, I would like to answer 3 questions about the development of commercial mediation in today's China. The first question is, what are the overall features and trends of China's mediation market? How is it developing and where will it go in the future? The second question is, what are the expectations of the parties concerned and what do they want to achieve through mediation? And finally, the third question is, how do mediation service providers work? Today, I hope that by answering the 3 questions, you can understand more the current situation of commercial mediation in China. To answer the first question, up until this year, China's commercial mediation has made great progress under the guidance of the CCPIT Mediation Center. We have not only established full-rounded cooperation mechanisms on international commercial dispute resolution with relevant foreign institutions, but we have also actively participated in the relevant events held by international organizations and contributed the Chinese practices to the international commercial mediation, such as the UIA conference. With the gradual improvement of China's commercial mediation rules and investment in training of competent international mediation talents, China's commercial mediation is developing from scratch, from weak to strong, and is gaining more and more influence along the way. At present, China's commercial mediation institutions are springing up like mushrooms after spring rain. There are independent mediation institutions that only accept mediation cases, and arbitration institutions that is engaged in both arbitration cases and mediation ones. There are also specialized institutions appointed by the court to mediate cases, etc. Except the arbitration institutions, the other mediation institutions obtain cases mainly from courts. With the increasing number of cases mediated and the continuous improvement of the quality of handling the cases, mediation institutions are establishing towards the mode of both handling the court-related cases and accepting consultation and handling in mediation cases independently, which means the mediation institutions are known to the disputants who come directly to seek mediation service from them, not go to courts first, and then the courts guide the disputants to the mediation institutions for mediation. In addition, in recent years, the success rate of mediation cases is also increasing gradually. Thus, their methods of dispute resolution are gaining the recognition from relevant judicial departments and parties that seek mediation as an effective and efficient means to settle disputes. By understanding the current situation of commercial mediation in China, we can now move on to answer the second question, as we understand that parties often tend to choose mediation for its specific advantages in dispute resolution. At present, China's commercial mediation institutions appear in various forms. Although these highly specialized mediation institutions get cases from varied sources and handle the cases with different procedures and rules, they all fully recognize the unique advantages of mediation in dispute resolution. In other words, mediation can not only replace litigation and arbitration as a means to settle disputes, it also has unparalleled advantages against the 2 common legal methods, when dealing with some specific disputes. Some disputes are better resolved with the means of mediation than with others. In order to promote successful mediation, competent mediators must participate actively both mental and physical efforts. However, the efforts of mediators alone are far from enough. In spite of the increasing investment in the development of commercial mediation in China, some problems are still exposed to the mediation practices. One problem is that the expectations of parties around the world are very much the same. On the one hand, they do not want to get involved into disputes, so they will make some considerations and preparations to prevent disputes according to their own knowledge. Yet, generally speaking, the parties themselves often do not attach enough importance to avoid such disputes. On the other hand, no one can predict what the future may bring, and no prevention can completely avoid disputes, which leads to their reluctance to spend time, energy, and money in the prevention of disputes in advance. Another problem is that once a dispute occurred, the related parties will first try to negotiate. Yet, since they are more constrained by their own interests and hope to maximize their own gains, the negotiation in many cases fails. In addition, if one party wants a third party or a mediator to intervene after the negotiation has failed, to help them to resolve the disputes, the other party is often unwilling to accept the invitation of mediation. They believe that they have tried their best to communicate and negotiate with the other party, but have yielded none. So how could a third party or mediator can help them find a solution acceptable to both parties, which leads to that situation they will not voluntarily participate in mediation. To make things worse, the mediation service itself requires the payment of mediation fees in advance, and many parties are not willing to pay for an unknown outcome, despite knowing the fact that both litigation and arbitration are also legal services paid in advance. Given that current mediation settlements in China are not enforceable by law, parties also worry that the settlement they have spent time and effort and money on won't really help them. So it is from these concerns that we can see the parties' expectations from mediation. Therefore, we as a mediation provider should know how to meet the expectations of the parties. For the third question, based on the research and analysis of the dispute resolution demands of mediation users, we, CCPIT Mediation Center, as a provider of commercial mediation services, are trying to promote the use of commercial mediation. We have formulated user-friendly mediation rules that are both standardized and flexible to attract the parties. Here, I just mentioned the rules should be user-friendly, also standardized and flexible. In addition, we also attach more importance to the training of competent mediators. This training not only includes mediators' training on commercial mediation procedures and deeds or practices, which will allow users to understand the standardization and professionalism of commercial mediation, but also includes the training of mediation secretaries, so that they can communicate well with both parties before mediation starts and invite them to enter formal mediation procedures. At the same time, commercial mediation service providers should continue to optimize their own services, improve the quality and level of services, so that they can attract more parties to choose commercial mediation to solve their disputes. For example, after a settlement agreement is reached through mediation, China encourages parties to a dispute to perform the settlement agreements voluntarily. According to the revised Civil Procedure Law of PRC, the parties can also seek to relate to the court for judicial confirmation or judicial recognition on mediated settlement agreements. The parties may also seek a valid arbitration clause being included in the mediated settlement agreement. In this process, the mediation institution and arbitration institution should cooperate closely on related procedures and fee collection, so as to avoid procedural delay and higher cost. We strive to make sure that 1 + 1 is less than 2. That is, the fee of 2 procedures is lower than that of 1 procedure. In the future, with the Singapore Convention on Mediation coming into force in China, foreign settlement agreements reached through mediation can hopefully be recognized and implemented by other countries as well. To conclude, with the continuous progress in the nation's national governance system and governance capacity, China's commercial mediation is developing steadily and has a bright future. Today, our world is more connected than ever on economy and trade. China's commercial mediation will constantly seek to improve the mediation mechanism, mediation rules, and the ability and quality of the mediators, and play a more important role in dispute resolution field. We are looking forward to strengthening cooperation with more counterparts and working together to serve our disputants. That is all I would like to share for today. Thank you all for listening. Thank you.